Welcome. Hi.
Hi, Marlon.
Where are you
I'm trying
going?
to find a place to put you. Running around with some friends.
Yeah, where are you going right now?
Oh, you don't know where you should put me? Okay. I'm sure you'll find a nice spot.
Oh, nice is for you.
If you want, I'm taking home.
Are
Go
we?
take a shit real quick,
We're live, aren't we?
Yes,
Well,
we are. And we already got the first like, so I guess it still says zero people watching, but probably somebody is already watching. Just so you know.
Okay.
I just left there. Oh, you're supposed. But look, listen. I already purchased all of them. I already got them on. So you don't think that anybody.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
So, what are you doing today?
trying to repair this
Already.
hiding belt and spool a reel and some stuff like that.
It's my friend Marlon. Repairing what?
A fishing belt to put your rod into
Oh, okay.
on your hip. I know
Not
what
my
it
rod. I
sounds
don't
like
have a
and what
rod.
it looks like. You
can put your rod
yes,
in
you could
there.
also put other stuff in there, but it would fall out. So that's a problem. It would only be fixed in one direction.
One direction. Okay. I can hang.
Yes. The little part I need to fix now isn't here. Well, I'm sure it is, but I don't know where. Yes, then I'll start with something else now.
You got any tattoos, Marlon?
No.
No?
No.
I can get you a good rate if you come to the States.
I don't really have anything that I want to do.
You could get your OnlyFins
Only
address.
fins. Yeah,
Only
I
fins.
could. On the other hand, if I ever lose that channel and then I have an incorrect OnlyFans.
Well, then you can just say you're a
Who
fan of
knows?
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to see my
I
sound?
mean, I actually did think about maybe starting a real OnlyFans account, but just making it an OnlyFins instead of actually posting
wow.
OnlyFans account. OnlyFans content, I mean. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Like.
I'm not sure it would be appreciated, but who knows?
Who knows?
You never
I'm sure
know.
some. I think I already know some people who would think it's funny.
Oh, well, yeah, people would think it was funny, but I mean.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, but I think people generally like to support people they think are funny.
Yeah, generally.
So, yeah. I mean,
Or at least I don't know about the support part.
Like put it on for your shit. So you already do.
I mean, if it would make $100 a month, it's
Put it
already
on.
worth
Where'd
it.
you go for?
Yeah, I get that.
No, I'm coming. Just put it on
I'm
right
gonna
now.
give it a try, and I can always stop. No harm, no foul.
That's what they always say. Could you grab me a sweet tea? Thank you.
Ah, you're a friend. I thought you were in Haxley for some reason.
Do what?
For some reason, I thought you were in a taxi, but it sounds like you were with a friend.
Taxi?
I don't know. You've called me a couple times from a taxi before. Maybe that's why I thought that. Okay, I'm not finding that part right now. All right.
Oh, fuck, it's cracked already. God damn it.
It's cracked?
Yeah, the phone just cracked. I need the case, I need a protector for it.
Yeah, always use protection.
That's right.
You already know that.
Where did my shit go?
On mean, I get that it doesn't feel the same, but it is safer.
You guess, shouldn't you know? Aren't you using protection, Marlon?
Always, I always put some rubber
It says-
over my hook so the bait doesn't slip off.
Always put the rubber on the hook. Do we have any viewers?
No, actually. Doesn't mean nobody's gonna watch this back, but
Well, no,
yeah, right
I
now,
don't think anyone's going to tune in after the
it's
fact
just
and be like,
us.
fair enough.
Honestly, the people who would watch back, they're cool, so we can basically say whatever right now.
I wanted to get some fans.
So, yeah, I'm sure you will. You already have. I
I
told
do?
you about the guy who has a crush on you, right? I mean, he's.
Yeah, you
I don't
did.
know. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say anything bad. But he's like, he's not a bad guy either.
What's his name?
Slime Time Fishing and Reel Service. I think he's from
Huh.
Texas.
I don't know. He might be into some weird fish shit.
Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna undo this leader for now, so I can talk to you and don't have to explain everything.
Right.
Undoing the knot.
I wind up.
But yeah, what was I gonna say?
I don't know. What were you going to say?
Oh, the last thing we were talking about protection, right?
I don't know. You talk about fish stuff and I make fun jokes, you know.
Yeah. But okay, I brought the protection joke. Okay, it was a phone case, actually. Yeah. I mean, if you know nothing's gonna happen, of course you don't always have to use protection. But you need some form of insurance.
Yeah, you don't need it, but it would be nice.
It's nicer without. You just have to know about the risks.
Right.
I mean, it definitely makes the phone thicker and bulkier. And
Shit's
you don't
gross on the
have as
inside.
direct of a feel.
Right.
You have to make sure nothing's gonna get damaged. Or nothing unwanted happens. Let's put it like that. Hey Luca, what's up, man? You're gonna enjoy this conversation right now.
Now what?
Luca or Lucifer.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were talking about that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Is he?
He is. I mean, he's watching, but he really is.
Hi, Luca.
And apparently, his fiance already said she's adopted me. So.
What, adopted you?
Yeah.
Did you get looped
So
into some
I
freaky
guess I
shit?
have to move to Louisiana now.
Louisiana? Well,
I just
come swoop
accepted
me
a
up.
challenge from Land of Steel to do an inline spinner tie. That's awesome, man. If you can get it to make some from memory titanium, I'm gonna be your best buyer. So Luca, I'm live with Selena right now. She's a good friend of mine. And
Hi.
she's easily as crazy as us, just so you know.
If not more.
Yeah, but you don't know him.
It's not a contest.
No, it's not. I'm
So
pretty
where
sure
are
you
you?
two would get along well.
Oh yeah.
What?
I get along with everyone.
You sure about that?
I really am. I do get along
Okay.
with just about everybody.
Nope, she doesn't. Oh, you're talking about Eve. Gotcha. Not Selena.
I see him. He's chatting there. She doesn't
he
want
is.
anyone bullying.
But I think he's talking about his fiance, not me, not you. I mean,
Any more volume on this thing?
okay. By the way, you should be able to change it. Sure. Oh, and somebody else just joins live. Here's, by the way, one of my Gator leaders that I'm gonna retire because it's made from braid, you know. It's not cable. Yeah, that life gets rough. uh-huh. I'm gonna send her the link for sure because that should be right up Selena's alley. But I think she just left. Like, I'm also not hearing anything from her.
There we
Okay,
are.
now she's back. Hey, hi again.
Hi
So
again.
yeah, there's a link to a channel or two that I'm probably gonna send you because I think that would be right up your alley. Like, I'm one of the more normal and tame people there. At least that Gator line looks like it's been through it. Actually not. It hasn't caught anything. It's just a little brown. This is just like the mark of the leader. Actually, let me look if I have the... I mean, here's the leader that still looks pretty good. That caught my first one. This
Your
was
first
inside
what?
of a gator. My first gator.
What? Ew. Sounds gross.
Yummy. That's yummy.
I
Not
mean,
the
is it
leader,
tender?
but the
Is it
gator.
tough?
It is tender if you age it. If it's fresh, like 1 or 2 days old, it's no good. But like 4, 5, 6 plus days later in the fridge, then it's awesome. We played Follow the Leader there, and I corrupted a bunch of people. yeah, Luca or Lucifer, he posted a link to another live stream after the one we were in before finished, and it was wild. I'm not gonna go into the details, also because my channel, this is still a business channel kind of, so it's supposed to be kept semi clean, but I also still want to have fun on here.
What the fuck are you doing having me on the channel then?
Well, with you, it's about the craziest I think this channel should get, but it's fine. And like I said, it should still be fun. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be... I don't want to keep going if I have to always be super worried about everything. But trust me, that other channel it's a notch too far.
What other channel?
Professional account. I'm not gonna say the name now because I'm gonna send you the link.
Oh, yeah. The one I met you on?
No. Totally different world. I haven't been in that one for ages.
I know.
I felt it. I don't know. You didn't really like it, and I've met way better communities since then. Especially like everything connected to the fishing community. They're not all fishing people, but yeah, they're pretty much all great. Really, really cool folks. Anyway, I'll read those. Here, by the way, this is a damage on the leader that caught on the fin leader. Like, just to show you, Luca. These are my two. This is a 500-pound braid, and this is a 800. Like both doubled up, so it's actually 1,000 and it's 1,600. But the doubled up 800 is way thicker. And yeah, this is a damage on the... Yeah.
Sorry. I'm actually about to go do some stuff here. Can you send me another link and I can join you later? Hey. Can't hear you. Nope. Is it my phone? Hey, Luca, can you hear anything? Hello, hello. And
Oh, I accidentally hit mute. Okay, sorry, bro. Anyway, well, this is a phrase on the leader that was the entire night and day. Well, it was at least the entire day with the gator on. And yeah, these are the marks. But like, it looks, I think, worse than it is because like the inside each strand is still almost, or is it untouched? Or is this already? No, it's not actually. Okay, it's worse than I thought. Both strands are cut about halfway. So yeah, this definitely could have broken. I'm still not going to be able to break it now because it's still doubled up 500 pound. If that's halfway through, then it's not going to break. But yeah, I'm not going to break it anyway. But yeah, this is a leader that's definitely going to get retired. And yeah, this was the smaller treble that I used because I thought it was only a 3-footer, not a 6-footer. Wow. And I just did a no-knot snell, same knot I use for my cable leaders. So let's undo this. All right, here we have the hook. I mean, it did the job just fine, just as well as the others, honestly, as the bigger ones. But of course, a monster maybe, I don't know, maybe a monster could break it. And I actually think that one gator that I lost, that broke the line, I think it actually didn't break the line. It looked more like somebody cut it nowadays. Now, I don't know. It's possible that it broke it, but I honestly think it was more likely that it got cut. Bro, you came a long way. Went from not catching gators to catching well, I don't know. I was catching like one every 2 weeks, maybe, once I had kind of figured it out. I don't know how well that is, but I mean, I was catching, definitely. Oh crap! Sorry. Okay, what I don't know what the last thing you heard was, but yeah, I said then. Well, I guess then it's really not that bad, and especially because I thought that your gators were easier to catch. So maybe they're not, or I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm dead. Why, Luca? Why are you dead, man? I hope I didn't kill you. I still like you, man. I don't want you to die. All right. Anyway, I died laughing because you're over there talking, and I really wanted to. Yeah, I feel it. I feel you, and I'm sure there's a couple of things that I missed now. But basically, what I said that I think for now I'm done for now. Even though it still bugs me that I didn't really catch a big one. But maybe it's better to just come back eventually, or if you don't mind, then maybe when I come to the US, I come and visit you, and we try to catch some big gators together. Well, I mean, I'm a fisherman and a guy who travels a lot, so I mean, I do know how to adapt. But yeah, it basically was just doing regular gator fishing, really. What? And going to stinky baits, what seemed to do the tricks the best. The big ones aren't as good eating anyway. Yeah, it would be cool for the leathers though, and just for safety, and also for the population, of course, because those smaller ones, they're not that old, but the big one, it's gonna take a long time for one of the youngsters to grow to that size, to like 8 foot plus. So that's why I would have a lot preferred, and also because I want to fight. Because honestly, I thought I didn't really fight much. It was from the fight, it was almost kind of boring. Like I would have to use some pretty light tackle to get a fight out of a 6 footer. I mean, not saying they do nothing, but they only do something if I let them. I can definitely control a gator on my fishing rod if it's just a 6 footer. And that's a spinning rod, by the way. It's not even a heavy conventional rod. But yeah. Yeah, population control is important, and leather is good. Yeah. And I mean, I think with aging, it wouldn't probably. I mean, I don't know. But I think you would get the big ones meat also tender, because the ones I had, like, except for the actual sinew, every single part is very tender. So there's no part that's actually tough. So I don't think there would be any issues. I don't think there would be any issues eating a bigger one if you can age it. I definitely wish though I had my cooler or my fridge from back home, because there I could leave that thing in for 3 weeks, no worries at all. Here, like, I wouldn't do much more than a week with with the fridge I have access to here, even the better one. Anyway, now that Selena is gone, not because, well, kind of because she's gone. Like, when she's gone, I like to be able to talk to her. But that's actually a pretty cool holocord trick that I'm gonna do to get my finished loop here, so I can exchange my rig and my leaders easier and have a stronger connection. soaked in citrus juice is a way for the big one. Okay. Only soak it for a day after you age it for 5 or 6. Gotcha. So here we have a spliced loop that I looped on to this titanium leader with 2 small ball bearing swivels and a split ring to attach your lure, because I don't trust snap swivels. I've lost too much gear because of them, and I really don't want to lose a fish because of them. I mean, I might have lost a couple of small fish too, but unfortunately nothing major so far. And where did I put my knife now? Great. I don't know. I don't even need to cut it here. But one issue that I want to prevent, and I know how, this braid is almost too thin. Like, it's hard to open this loop back up again. But also, I have to do it all new again because this line is frayed. I don't know if it shows in the camera. I think a little bit, yeah. But this braid here it's frayed. So up until just about here, this is where I'm gonna cut it and redo that whole loop. Let me inspect it again. Not gonna lie, I already inspected this line beforehand. It's a little bit, tiny bit frayed even here still. Then it looks good. So yeah, here's where I'm gonna cut it, end up cutting it. Yeah, a bit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna, like, it's not like, well, it wasn't about to pop, but it's definitely damaged. Definitely some emotional damage. And no, actually, like, more like it's not emotional. But yeah. Anyway, where did I have? Oh, here's my knife. Great. So let's cut it. Actually, I am gonna taper this end. Oh, I put my. Oh. So. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Lucifer, and whoever else is in here. Oopsie doopsie. Yeah, just taper the end a little bit because this gives you a little bit extra strength and makes your splice last even longer. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm going through quite a hassle to make this I'm clipping chicken feathers while we chill. Ah, gotcha. Like, you mean they're flight feathers, or are you plucking the feathers? I definitely need some lube for these pliers. But yeah, basically, you want to thin out the fibers here. Honestly, this isn't working too well. Another option is just to do it with the knife. Man, this line can take a beating. Still not. Maybe it's starting to get frayed enough. Yeah. Okay, now I just need to cut it again, and then cut it at the right spot. Just about here. In the air. It is. It's Cortland Hollow Core, not sponsored. I actually have a big order of tight line braid. Well, it's not. Yeah, it already came in, but it's stuck in Germany. I wanted to get it here, but that didn't work. Like it would have been $200 shipping and another $400 to $500 of import fees. And Tightline is supposed to be pretty much the same in quality or pretty close, and it only costs half. So I'm definitely going to give the Tightline a try. But I know the Cortland, even though it is a really expensive line, it's amazing. So yeah. Anyway. Now we're going to push some of the braids down to this tip so it doesn't open and bunch up inside of the hollow core. Just don't want it to open up. It is almost. Oh, this went well, actually. Almost too well. Yeah, I have to demonstrate this with some heavy line in the future, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But yeah, that tip is good. It's most expensive for some wine. I'm guessing you mean line, in just for shipping and import fees. Yeah, all good. Yeah, like I mean, it was not just line; it was also other gear and a reel. But still, it's pretty ridiculous. So at the end, my dad, he brought it. I had stuff shipped to my sister in the US, and then my dad took it back home to Germany when he visited her. So that's how I got the stuff. Anyway, we have our tapered end. Okay, we're not done yet. I thought we were. But I don't have it now with me. But I'm definitely gonna test the tight line, and if it is really good line that impresses me, then I'm gonna keep using it, and I might actually get a sponsorship from them. And they're like by far the best of the cheaper ones. Like I would almost bet to you that they're better than Cherry Brown, and Cherry Brown is quite a bit more expensive. but it only costs about half. Like I think at least Cortland costs double of what Jerry Brown costs, and Jerry Brown and Cortland are pretty similar. So yeah, it's gonna be about double. Yeah, so it's stuff from the US that I'm getting. All right. Let's get us some line. And how long I'm gonna make this section, because this section is gonna be doubled up line. I'm gonna give it like, yeah, like 2 meters, something like 6-7 foot. Actually, yeah, no, that is how long it will be doubled. So that line will be doubled and way more abrasion resistant for that reason, and also stronger. I need to pull on it to break it or something. Let's just insert a needle. Of course, a splicing needle would be better, but I've got to bring mine, and you're not getting that shit here. Yeah, proper splicing needle makes it way faster and easier. Okay, we're in. Got it in. Finally. Yeah, if they're better than them, then yeah, most definitely keep using it. Sponsorship would be awesome to see if you have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're better. I have my doubts, but they're definitely a lot cheaper. And if they're similar and cost half, then that would be something I would stand behind. Just for the fact that fresh line also is worth a lot. And if you have a line that costs half, well, you can replace it more often. And it doesn't, and you're more likely to do that diligently. So just for that reason alone, I think if you have a line that's almost as good and way cheaper, that probably makes sense. Go actually with the cheaper one. Of course, if there's a big difference, then no, I'm gonna keep fishing Cortland. Kind of sucked because I've spent a lot of money on the tight line. And again, I mean, I know it's not bad line. And they also do come in more sizes, as you can't get the Cortland in. They're definitely also thinner in the same size, which is, I think, one of the reasons why reportedly it's not quite as strong, just because it's thinner line. So it's literally a lighter line, and you cannot expect it to be the same strength. So you'd have to compare the line of the same size and then see which of those is stronger. Not just, and with size, I mean like the physical size, not what it's labeled as. So basically, like, for example, their Cortland 100-pound is almost as thick as tight line 130. Yeah, of course, if I compare both hundreds, the much thinner tight line is going to be weaker, but it's a thinner line. I could just go with the 130, the tight line instead of the 100 with Cortland, and then maybe I have the same size, the same quality line. That's my theory. I'm going to see about that. And they actually go down to 20-pound hollow core, which I think is awesome because I really don't like using solid braid. If I don't have to, I'm not gonna. So, yeah. If they're good, I mean, I know they're not bad, but if they're really good, I'm not gonna fish anything else. And if they're pretty decent, I'm gonna use them in the sizes I can only get them, and for other sizes, the Cortland. Or maybe if the Cortland is still a bit better, but not too much, but noticeable. Yeah, I think so. Is that I would, for example, do my backing that's gonna stay on the reel for a long time, like put the like however long I cast or I do drops, that first section of braid I would use tight line to be able to replace it all the time more often and not spend too much money on it, while my reel below that is filled with the better Cortland, if Cortland is better. If it's the same, then of course I don't have to bother with that. But for example, like the 200-pound tight line is from the size, it's in between in the 130 Cortland and the 200-pound Cortland. It's a bit closer to the 200 Cortland, but it is still in between. So for example, I could definitely do 200-pound Cortland for the first on a shark reel that I'm kayaking out, maybe the first 400 or 500 yards on the reel, like no on top of so my top shot basically would be 200-pound tight line, and below that I would have 130 Cortland. And the 130 Cortland is probably stronger than even the 150 tight line, but that's also because it's a thicker line. I don't know if that's the only reason, because Cortland is ridiculously strong. Like the 130, yeah, at least the 130-pound Cortland is stronger than the 200-pound Jerry Brown, and it's not nearly as thick. So it's definitely a better line than Jerry Brown, and it's also more abrasion resistant. And so 100-pound, and it's actually not the same. In this case, it shows that the Cortland is better because a 100-pound Cortland, which is maybe a little bit thicker than 100 JB, but a lot thinner than 130 JB, or Jerry Brown, is actually the same strength as 130-pound Jerry Brown. So it is a lot stronger line and a smaller size, which is why so far I loved Cortland. But we're gonna see if I know tight line has definitely persuaded a lot of people, and people I trust think it's better than Jerry Brown, but of course Cortland is awesome. So I don't know if it's better than Cortland, but I know it's a good line. It's one of the two only lines I would even think about trying at the moment when it comes to holocore, at least. And okay, we've got our splice finished up very nicely. Now let's, of course, we pushed it a little bit too far. So, and I think the needle is still in here. Yeah, it is. Anyway, we can go out now. We don't need that anymore. Hey, Robert, what's up? How's it going, man? Alrighty. Now let's cut. Actually, let's taper it a little bit and then cut this end. And somebody else just joined. Woo! Yeah, exactly. But I don't take it as set in stone. I try something what shows you can imagine has gotten real into a lot of trouble. So I try something what shows you can imagine has gotten real into a lot of trouble in life. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right. Right, Luca. Of course. I almost forgot about that. I don't want to. Actually, I don't really need to taper it because it's a very small difference in strength at the end of the day, and this is already in doubled line, so it doesn't really matter at all. I'm just too much of a perfectionist sometimes. Eating a bit, then getting ready for work, man. At this time of day, okay, I think you're working in the night, right? You're doing like the night shift. Tell me if I'm wrong. Processing chicken feathers from chickens I butchered. Ah, okay, like processing to use them in jigs and stuff, or what are you doing with the feathers? I hope your dinner is good. I'm glad you joined us to hang out. Yeah, definitely. What Luca said. True, man, I'll be off by 5:45, so I have to leave for work. Okay. Yeah, if for farm works there was a night shift, I'm sure Luca would be doing night shifts too. I mean, of course, for some things, you can do it whenever, but of course, with the animals, some things and outside, some things you have to do during the day. Hope you have a great night at work, man. Nothing too strenuous or bothersome. Yeah, I wasn't the farmer. I would prefer. I wasn't a farmer, but I would prefer the night shift doing something. Yeah, same. I mean, I can kind of schedule my stuff myself, except of course for fishing. I mean, I can schedule my fishing, but the right time to catch fish isn't always the time I want to be up. Anyway, we have our end tapered for sure. Then again, farming is 24-hour shifts, right? Okay. Anyway, now we have our. Okay, how much is this? This is close to 2 meters. Dang. Okay, somewhere here's the end of the Holocaust supply. It's here. Okay, this is like close to 2.5 meters. So we're like, yeah, 8 foot. We have 8 foot of doubles line. But it's good that it's a bit more because we're going to make another loop here. But we don't need a huge loop. I'm going to say, for convenience, also don't want to have a small loop. You don't need a crap ton of, yeah, I'm going to use this size. Actually, this size. Yeah, so I can easily grab through the loop. That's a nice size. And now we're gonna kind of do, it doesn't need to be this long of a tag end. Yeah. This will be fine. Be fine. This loop is plenty big enough to. Okay. Let's go. Now we're basically doing a solid braid splice. So sewing the line in. One over, under, through the braid. Try to always hit that center. Especially in this case, because we already have one strand of braid around another. And of course, we want to try to evenly hit both strands. And try to get the stitches pretty close together. And pull them tight, but not so tight that anything slips. Yeah, stay busy year round. Yeah, definitely down south. I mean, depending where you are, I think probably during the winter there's almost nothing to do in the north if you're living in the northern climates, but down there in southern Louisiana. And here, of course, where I am now too. Stuff grows around the year. Well, and yeah, I mean, actually, I mean, even up north, sometimes you have sheep, for example. They bring in the winter or early spring. Usually, they have their babies. That's also when you usually keep them indoors. And now you just need about, by the way, for the connection, about 10 stitches. You can do more, but 10 is enough. And I'm gonna do another thing at the end that makes it even less necessary to go overboard with the stitches. Yeah, but during the winter when calves start dropping around end of January, beginning of March, on in February, it's a nightmare. Yeah. And you probably can't leave them unwatched, right? Right? There always has to be someone with them. Okay, right now I'm hearing the carnival music outside. And it's not close. It's like at least a mile away that they're playing the music. And I can still hear it. So I'm glad I'm not there because I don't like a bunch of noise. Okay, let me count the stitches again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it's more, but I definitely have 6. And let us get 4 more. Seven. Eight. Okay, Lucifer has withdrawn a message. Probably is autocorrect. Oh, hell yeah! You're welcome to come back on, Selena. Yeah, let's get my headphones back so I hear you fine. Okay. Mardi Gras started here too. Yeah. It's the same thing. Basically. Well, I think only one part is called Mardi Gras. One part of Carnival. Hey. What's
Hey,
up?
not much.
Yeah.
Hey, check out the view here.
Yeah. Beautiful.
This is my town.
Okay.
Small town of Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
From the rooftop of the Phillips.
That's cool.
Historical Phillips Hotel. Yes.
Yeah.
So we still got Luca here.
Yes. He's processing chicken feathers right now.
That sounds kind of gross, really, but whatever.
Well, it's just the feathers. But yeah. Probably
Yeah,
the
but
butchering was more gross.
most likely, yes.
Yeah, he's a farmer from Louisiana
Oh, yeah?
and a really cool guy. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I think he has your sense of humor too.
Well, he has a good sense of
But
humor.
he is tame where he should be and wild where he's allowed to, basically.
As we all are.
Pretty much.
Lucas, let me smoke your whole cigarette.
Well, I did butcher the chickens. Yeah, I know. That's why I said the butchering probably was more gross. I mean, it wouldn't bother me by this point. I've become enough of a butcher myself that it wouldn't really be a big deal for me. But yeah.
Do what you gotta do, you know?
Yeah. By the way, do you use your own chicken for bait or do you buy the chicken for bait? And rather...
What?
I'm talking
What'd you
to
say?
Luca.
Oh. No one talked to you no ways.
If he buys the chicken he uses for bait or if they use their own chicken, because I mean I would imagine that it's probably cheaper to buy it, but maybe not. I don't know. And you would rather eat the good homegrown chicken and use the one for bait that's from the store that you probably, especially the really cheap one, you might not really want to eat.
Oh wow. Got some lightning going on here. It's I'm
Oh,
standing in the
cool. We had the first rain here today for an entire month. The
Yeah?
rainy season ended early, but we did get some rain today. Anyway, for the fisherman now, this tag end here, I'm actually not going to cut off like you would on a solid braid splice, but because this is still hollow core even doubled up, while it's not perfect to do a hollow core splice, I'm still going to put the tag end inside of my main line or my doubled up line. Our own... Okay, Luca said, our own bro old laying hen that aren't laying anymore. They're tough. So
they use them for bait.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, eating them, I mean, you can. I've eaten hen like that, but you'd have to cook it for hours, and even then. So it does make sense to use it for bait. Plus, it's going to stay on the hook better because it's going to be really tough meat.
Oh wow. It's tough being a chick, you know?
Yeah, I know. People want to eat you, want to use you for bait.
They do, and
Other
yes, they
things with
do.
you. I love you.
Where?
Soup birds. Yeah, exactly.
For the ride. It's raining.
I mean, even when you make a soup from them, you have to cook them
What?
longer than you would normally have to do. You get them halfway tender.
It'll be a lot faster to wait for a ride.
So yeah, I definitely understand
I got you.
your decision to use them for
Never mind.
bait.
Yeah.
Keep seeing lightning from over there.
Okay. Yeah, by the way, I haven't seen lightning in a bit now. Hey, I haven't been outside that much at night either.
Yeah.
Lately, but I'm in the area or one of the areas where there's the most lightning in the world, and like literally, at some nights you could use the lightning to replace a headlamp because it would be so often that you could see stuff still.
Look at these clouds. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, Lucifer just said that, yeah, crockpot for 12 to 18 hours long, so we use them for gator bait. Yeah, that's a lot of cooking you have to do, and also a lot of fuel that you're gonna use, and just a lot of time that you still kind of have to watch over it. I definitely understand why you decide to use them as bait.
Wonder why it's raining over there, but not anywhere else. You can actually see the rain falling.
Unfortunately, I can't, but I don't know if Luca can. If he's on a bigger screen, maybe.
But you see the how the cloud looks like it's going down. That's rain falling.
Not okay, a little bit in the distance, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like an inch up,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
1
raining.
square inch. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Luca is saying beautiful sky.
It is. It's lovely. It's raining all around us. It's coming right this way.
Mm.
See. So where's Luca from? Louisiana, you said?
Yeah, he's a Cajun guy.
Oh, did you see that? Hey, Luca, did you see the lightning?
I missed it.
You missed it. There is.
Yeah, timing never was my strength.
That building right there.
I'm good at lasting through, though.
That building right there just made national news. It's Frank Lloyd Wright's Price Tower. And there's this big scandal here in town because
Okay.
the people in charge here sold the tower for $10 US.
Not 10 million?
$10. No, 10. $10.
Yeah,
It's a big
I
scandal.
would not be a fan either of that.
Yeah. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, a million wouldn't be a lot.
For that, I mean, that's a historical building. I mean, that's in the town's
Yeah, you're not even allowed to sell that normally.
Let's see.
I mean, you're kind of allowed to sell them, but you're not allowed to alter them, I think, right? Or does it
hell
work
if I know.
differently in the US? Okay, in Germany, it is like, yeah, you can buy buildings like those, but you're not allowed to alter them.
A lot of things are different in Germany, though.
True. What? Okay, Lucas laughing. And Robert
Oh,
is
hi,
back.
Robert.
Hey, man. He's another guy from Oklahoma, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Fellow Oklahoma native.
Well, you're not an Oklahoma native.
No, you're right. I'm not. I'm from Virginia. But I live here in Oklahoma.
True. You're actually not too far from Turner then. He's in South Carolina. That's where me and Luca met on his live stream. He's a pretty
Oh,
cool
yeah?
guy too. And his wife is pretty cool as well. She's also a lot of the live streams. Hey John, what's up?
Hi, John.
Ah, okay. No worries, man. If I wasn't live, I would be there modding for him as well.
Ooh. Starting to get chilly.
How old were you again when you moved? I think in your early teens, right?
Do what?
I think when you moved to Oklahoma, you
Oh.
were in your early teens, right?
Reuben is north of Tulsa.
That's the guy who won the chicks from that I had sent to you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Claremore. Yeah. I went to I
Yeah.
went to college there. I'm in Bartlesville.
Right. Bartlesville.
Yes. Oh, viewers there is from Claremore. You know those I got that little package in my room full of fishing lures that you found? It's Marlin's. And apparently he bought it from one of the viewers here.
Actually, I won it
from
in a New Year's or Christmas giveaway. I think New Year's though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you lucky?
But he doesn't. I know, but he doesn't do international shipping, so you're keeping it safe to like get.
Right. Well, I've done international
Or-
shipping before. It's easy.
Yeah, I don't know what it costs in the from.
Hey, Lucy sent your
where
package out
you are.
today. And it's a prototype.
Ah. Okay, he's talking to John, but that's still cool.
There you go, John. Not bad.
Damn, why did you have John's package? How did he
What
lose
did you
it?
do with John's package?
That's what I'm wondering too.
The prototype. That's interesting.
So he has multiple? Okay,
Wow.
I don't know if this is John's kind of humor. Maybe.
I feel like I'm in other people's business now. So in other news, I'm going to get a tattoo today.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you asked me if I had a tat. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense. I'm lucky I get cool stuff. Yeah, well, I fished with the prototype, used it as bait. Oh, God! Why, Luca? Why would you use John's package for bait?
Yeah, I noticed that. What else?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John and Luca.
Get the gold. Did y'all hear that? Thunder.
Nice. I won a package of fish fry mix from Crappy Kid last night. Oh, that's cool, John.
It's a fantastic
Yeah, I didn't
label.
make it to his
Crappy Kid.
stream. I was actually
Oh.
sleeping. Yeah, the funny thing is, though, he's a guy in his 40s. I expected it to actually be a kid.
I'm 40.
Yeah. I'm not saying 40 is old, but it's not a
You gonna
kid.
go? I could call Dad for a ride instead.
Yeah, could you do that?
Yes.
You know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off by here again. I might call you from the tattoo parlor or join again from the
Okay.
tattoo parlor. I might not,
Right.
but it's nice to meet you, John and Lucifer. Love the name. Bye, Marlon.
Yeah, by the way, his twin brother is called Satan. Fun
Twin?
fact. Yes, he has a twin called Satan.
And
Identical twin.
how old are you, Lucifer? Luca?
He's 36.
36. That's not outside the age range for me. But you're in
He's
Louisiana, though.
already taken.
Yeah, but he's got a
He is
twin.
already spoken
I don't know if
for,
his twin's
and his
taken.
fiance is called Eve. I think it's a pretty funny combination.
Robert says it's raining here in Oklahoma. Winds at 50 miles per hour. Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma. I'm in Bartlesville. I will. Thank you.
Right.
We'll have a nice tattoo.
We got our splice done. And it's looking
Alright.
pretty good. Now,
Bye,
yeah,
guys. Bye,
36.
bye.
You already typed it.
I'm out, folks.
Okay, see you, Selena. Goodbye. All right. And we both belong to my girl. I know. I wasn't sure if I should say it, Luca. And of course I know. But okay, the next time if she asks, I'm just gonna tell her. So yeah. Ivasha. Ah, okay. Do you know if the name has the same origin as Eve or Eva? Or you would probably pronounce it Eva. But yeah, Eva would be that's how it's a German version of the name Eve. And it to me it sounds like an Eastern European version of the name, but maybe it has a different origin. Not far from me, about 3 hours. Yeah. She is single right now, but I think you're engaged, so yeah. And yeah, now we have a loop that's not going to open really easily. It's, I mean, it will open, but if you don't have to pull on it, and it is nice and big, and you can just loop through something pretty easy. And you have this doubled line that it's easy. It is lighter sizes makes it easier to open the loop back up. Yeah, I do think so, right? So yeah. If she asks me again about your twin, Luca, about Sater, I'm gonna tell her that he's also spoken for. John had a good point. We don't grow apple trees. What? Okay, I'm gonna goof. Oh, I'm a top chat. Crap. Okay, I need to fight that. That's why I missed the channels. No, they don't grow apple trees. I'm engaged. We both belong to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I get the joke. And Robert's saying it's raining here in Oklahoma and high wind, 50 miles. Whoa, that is a lot. No, they don't grow apple trees. Selena by Ivash. Okay, shock. So yeah. Do you know Lucifer or Luca where the name Ivasha comes from? If it is just another version of Eve, or if it's not. If not, I'm just gonna Google it later because I'm kind of curious. Apparently, in the Bible, one of us gave Eve the apple from the tree of knowledge. Right. Okay, I'm not gonna get into this stuff. Yeah, I could say a lot now, but you know, the no politics, no religion rule. It should still apply to me. It is my channel, but of course, I would be a hypocrite if I don't follow it myself. But you're fine, look. No worries at all. So I guess Ivasha is another version of Eve or Eva. Yeah, like a lot of Slavic languages would ask that. would add an ending like that. Maybe you and Seda would be two heads of the snake or something. Like if it had two, I don't know. Anyway. I think I already showed you the gate alliance, right, Luca, that I've been using? Or if not, then let me show you how I've. Of course, I have a few different types, but how my monos lines were set up. Actually, this, by the way, is a line in that where that gate either broke the line or somebody cut it off. Now I'm leaning towards it was cut with a knife. You never know. Let's see. I don't know if my chat is stuck. I don't think so. No. Okay. I'm still seeing a stuck picture of Selena, by the way, for whatever reason. And actually, let's get the. Actually, first let's get the old piece of line off of here. Actually, also let's get the split ring off of here because it's gonna be better to turn the leader around because right now the part with the ball bearing is facing towards the main line on both swivels, and it should be facing towards the lure that's gonna produce the twists. Iwash. Okay. Iwasha. Yeah. Iwasha. Yeah, I seen them, but it's always cool to watch their man for still here, man, for a few. Awesome, Robert. Yeah, I seen them, but it's always cool to watch you do them up and see them again as you use them. Oh, thanks, man. Anyway, let's get the split ring off. And actually, let's add it right away to the other swivel so we're not at risk of losing it. And this is with split ring pliers. We should really get Turner some. Split ring tweezers are even better, but some small pliers like these, I'm sure Turner would find some on Temu for cheap that work perfectly fine. I've got split ring tweezers before for like $2, and that was on eBay, and they were medically grade stainless steel. But anyway, okay, already done. I've taken the split ring off one swivel and added to another. Is it stretched? Because if it's stretched, it broke. Actually, no. That's the thing. I'm not first. I'm okay. I can do this later. The thing that makes me think this was cut. Let me undo this line real quick. So this, of course, it was cut by me, the leader. That was me. But let's undo this line. Here we have our Aussie plate, actually with a thimble. This knot, it's really strong. But actually, I can do a test on live. But I mean, I know, basically. I'm not going to pull it on this heavy line, though. Normally, this braid, it's not going to look this beautiful after it's been pulled. Definitely not after it's been broken. Like, this would shovel up at least for a few inches here. Actually, I will get some lighter mono and demonstrate it real quick. I'm going to do it with fewer reps because why the hell would I need to do that many reps? But great. Got the pronunciation right. So Let's just do an Aussie plate in some, I don't know, this is like 150-pound mono or something like that. I should be able to demonstrate what I mean. Why it looks too pretty to be broken through force instead of cut. Okay. This is basically the finished knot already. Just gotta make sure my end doesn't come, tag end doesn't come undone. Doesn't really matter how. Okay, this is how it looks first. It's pretty, right? It looks like a braid. 3-strand braid. That's how it's supposed to look like. And now let's get something to pull it tight against. And I'm not going to break this. I'm not going to be pulling hard enough now to break it. But yeah, already. Okay, this actually, I think maybe it already started to slip. But you can see, kind of, it does change. It does get kind of bunched. Let me get you out of the lights. But it does get bunched up a little on the main strand. Like this. Now you can see. It doesn't look like a beautiful even braid anymore. I think it was cut because it didn't look stretched. Yep. It doesn't at all. And like this end here where the gator was on, okay. I mean, this line does seem a little stretched, actually. This actually has some stretch marks, but it does, yeah, at least it has some. Either those are kink marks or stretch marks, but the knot should have some if it was actually busted through. And this knot looks brand new. It looks still perfect. And this knot again. Okay, I got a little bit of this actually here, but only on one point. In the beginning here, it looks perfect. Here is this is the main part. This is the only part that it looks a little bit like it might have been pulled tight. But I mean, but pulled tight and busted through is not the same. So I don't know. Back home maybe, or on another day, I'm gonna give this a pull test and see if it would change at all how it looks. But and also it was looped through, and this looks I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's not too short, but yeah. And these ends here, they look I mean, they could bust like this. Normally, it looks a bit different when it busts. These are the two ends that were broke or were cut. What does the regular stretch from having the gator on the line? If the gator had fought hard enough, it would have looked even worse. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And this also looks like a clean cut. I mean, it could be a clean break. Mono can break like this, but still. I'm not really buying it. I think this was cut through. It's an interesting way how they cut it, though. It would also be the point it would break, though, if it was broken. It would break like this as well. It would break like this, but if they cut it, then it's. I wouldn't cut the line like this. But I don't know. I'm never gonna know. What I can definitely do is give this a pull test and see if it's gonna look any different. But who knows? Still interesting for sure. No, bro, trust me, those were cut. I've seen enough cut line to recognize that. Okay, man. Yeah, I mean, it's my guess too. Looks cut. I'm also like at least 90% that it was cut versus broken. It looks like they took a quick swing to it with a machete or heavy knife. Yeah, but the thing is, it was looped over, like, this part, it was looped over this part of the knot, like this, looped through. So they didn't damage any of the other line, but maybe he managed to get the knife in between and then cut it. That would explain it. Maybe that's how they did it. So they went into the loop with a relatively thin knife, and then just with a quick jerk, they cut it. I don't know why, and like I told you, the gator was just a few feet away from where the line used to be before. So I don't see the point of them cutting the line. I don't know what they're thinking, but they cut it. Long swing cuts look a little bit different than cuts where somebody's sawing at the line with a knife. Yeah. Okay. Where were we? My leader. Okay, this is the end of the spliced loop with the double line. It's gonna make the connection a little bit thicker, but I like it in this case because it's gonna make it easier to undo. Or they pelted, then came apart. I don't know what you mean with pelt. Oh, pulled. No chance. Oh, no chance. No chance. There's a 600-pound mono, and it doesn't look like it was pulled to come apart. But maybe like they gave it a cut and then pulled. I think still it would look different, but I don't know. It's possible. Wait, that's a quick cut. Yeah. Okay. That kind of makes me a bit more sad because it means that Gator didn't die super fast, probably. Because I thought if it broke the line and then died right there, couldn't have been for long, but I don't know. Maybe it had a relatively quick death. I hope so. Sorry, I'm back. I think the mods left. I've been writing nonstop. Okay, all good, John. No worries. We appreciate you, but you don't have any obligation to be here. I think he was meaning that they cut and then pulled. Yeah. Peeled what I was trying to say. Okay. I don't know what peel. How would they peel the line? I'm not sure. You have to explain that further. Maybe it's a language barrier, but I don't know what peeling the line means. You mean peels it off the tree? That wouldn't. I don't know if that would work with the gator still attached to the line. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a good chance I'm missing something. Luca, I'm ordering gator tail this week. Honestly, I don't think the tail is my favorite. I mean, it's good. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. But I think the other parts have a bit stronger flavor. Anyway, I'm gonna get through the swivel and loop it on here now. With our newly made loop, and even with a lure on, this would be really easy thanks to the big loop that I can grip through and actually grip the lure and loop it through, covering the hooks. Either way, I don't think a gator was capable of that, not a 6-footer at least. Yeah. So I do think probably some 1,200-pound mono with maybe a bit of a longer cable leader could be a good setup, especially where you have to watch your lines to not get stolen. Yeah, this is going to be way easier to undo. Because, okay, I don't have the other knot here, but the other one you wouldn't have been able to see where it is looped around. Here you can see easily. And I can just try it for now to grip it with my fingers. Yes, it comes undone super easy. Doubling up the 40-pound is a game changer. It's going to make life so much easier to open it. Plus, if I damage it a little bit, undoing it again and again, it's not going to make a difference. So that's definitely going to help. Yeah, it could be. But then again, why would they cut the line not at the gator, but at the tree? Cuts and pull apart, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. I find it strange, but okay. It would make sense if they found the gator and then kept looking for more lines, because I did find multiple of my lines. I think one was gone completely. Another one was cut off. And I just got the knot back because I started undoing the knot and then decided that they didn't want to bother. Here it is. This is where they cut it. And this is how when I cut it at the end, but they already started undoing the knot. That already undid like maybe 10-20% of the knot. So they got impatient and then just decided to cut it and leave this part attached to the tree. Anyway, you get one of our 6-feet gators on, that'll probably break. I don't know. It is I'm heavy. I mean, I'm sure maybe it happens if you after on the 100, but I mean, I don't know if this would. I doubt that this would break on a normal 6-footer. Like maybe once in a blue moon, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna see. But I would like to try some 1,200-pound shark mono. I mean, this is just a little bit over 2 millimeters. That 1,200-pound is 4 millimeters, so it has 4 times the mass of the 2 millimeter. That's a different animal. But yeah, the teeth is razor sharp, what I heard, and I don't take a whole lot of roll to break the line. They're not razor sharp. Okay, and like from what Luca told me, their gators probably have actually less sharp teeth even. And they don't, and braid. And I've caught them on braid too. And on the cable ones that I caught with cable, they didn't do a lot of damage to the coating of the cable either. What size black line are they using on swamp people? It's 1,100-pound twisted nylon rope. So basically a lot of thin strands of mono twisted together. This is just one strand of heavy mono. So if 1,100-pound twisted nylon lasts, I did after I actually watched one part where they were trying pickle had a gator break a line, and she asked him what pound test is that, and he said it's 1,100-pound, and she said how does he break that? Well, of course he can twist and shake, and with a big shake, a big gator can probably produce close to 2 tons of force. So yeah, difference in temperament and type of fight through the twisting would be probably the biggest line killer. The teeth look like they are for holding round tips mostly. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I mean, it didn't even get through some mine here, but I haven't seen any line here that looked like the line was gonna break. The only one that could have broken was the 1 liter, because I was sure it was a it was no only about 3 foot long, that gator, maybe 4 foot, but no bigger, and it was a 6 footer. That's the only reason I even used that line. They peg like John said, their teeth are mostly for gripping around the tips. Their sudden shock to a line breaks it with less pounds, and it's great for that. And you can produce a lot more force with rapid movement as well, like a lot more impact. Like a human can create 2 tons of impact force pulling on a line. Like the maximum. You could, if you would grip something with a good grip and yank it as hard as you can, you could produce 2 tons, like 4.5. That is, and I'm sure a 800-pound gator thrashing around can produce at least as much force. The only thing that I would think that some really heavy mono wouldn't break is because it stretches. It would have enough stretch to absorb that shake. And with static pull, a gator isn't that strong. It's not going to break a line by 600. It's not going to break 1,200-pound mono swimming against it. It's only going to be able to break it with a rapid movement. So if you have a line that's long enough and stretchy enough to absorb the biggest shakes and thrashing the gator can produce, then it shouldn't break. That's my thoughts anyway. That's what I'm saying, John, because gators will sit and rest for a minute and then all of a sudden go from an inert to straight, it freaking out. I can also lift something heavier than the rating by lifting slowly. Oh, like how on TV people treat gators like they don't have a tail. That thing is a weapon. With sharks too, the tail is generally more dangerous than the mouth on a big shark. Anyway. On TV, they're stupid if they're not paying attention to the tail. That tail. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have one big enough to really worry about the tail yet, but I know, oh, it can be a weapon. I mean, I've caught some sharks before too. You do have to be careful. They can whip you for sure. And I know most shark guys say that the tail end is the dangerous part. See, Billy the Exterminator. I think so. The name rings a bell. Oh. First on Dirty Jobs on Discovery, then given series in Louisiana. Okay. Like if then I saw something on YouTube. I don't really watch TV. Well, I've never watched TV. Not really. Ist du jetzt was? Looks like my uncle's gonna eat dinner now. Okay, another thing that I gotta do today is put this spool of line onto my MacGyver 50 wide. but I need someone to help me. My uncle, basically. So you're gonna put a pipe through here, then sit down on it. Or you could also stand maybe, but sitting is definitely more comfortable. And just keep tension on this line while I'm peeling it off. The reason I have part of this line on the spool and part still on the reel is because when I was shark fishing on the beach while I was away for a little bit, somebody reeled in my rod, but they got a bunch of sand on there. I think they just let a line slide in the sand, but still they got a bunch of sand in there, and I had to wash it all out. That's why I have all this line now on the spool that I have to get back on my reel before I can use it. See. Okay, there's something that's been bothering me about your population there. You have only 6-footers that you've caught, but normally the larger ones are the ones that are regulars and territorial. And the 8-footers that you've seen was extremely leery. That makes me think that somebody else is hunting them. They're just not making it well known. I know some other people have hunted them. I know that for a fact. I know at least 2 people who've already caught 3. Then again, they did it over several years, I think. I don't know, maybe they didn't. They did it one after another, but I think they did it over several years. So I don't know if there's a lot of people hunting them, but it's possible. They weren't being hunted. Because your population would be far bigger with larger animals if they weren't being hunted regularly. My job is to regulate population. As a trapper, I've seen the ecosystem that you presented. It can hold a lot more, and you should have an easier time catching if they're not hunted. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Or probably, I mean, I know it's not, the ecosystem isn't as nutrient rich as it looks, but I do think it could probably hold some more gators. But it's definitely more, there's not as much life in the river as you would think from how, like, it's more of a, it's not a eutrophic, but a catatrophic river for the most part. There's definitely life in it, but not as much as you would think. But maybe that's how your swamps are too. I don't know if your swamps are like nutrient rich or have relatively few nutrients. Like those are the neighbors' houses. From where I was catching them, there was like maybe one house. Like, well, maybe like you would have maybe like 3 or 4 houses per mile. But then a mile and a half past that, the national park starts where nobody's gets in and hunts. So I don't know. I think you got some other hunters in the area. The other part of being a trapper is tracking down poachers. Yeah. I haven't seen any other line, just that one gill net. And gill nets are legal here for the most part. So I couldn't find out the exact details about this river, but yeah. So the thing is, I didn't see anyone else trying to catch them. However, I did have some lines stolen. That one line cut. That could have been someone trying to freeze a gator. But you never know. Maybe they tried to catch it themselves and it got away. And yeah. So it could be somebody removing the line to stop me from hunting because I don't agree with it. Or it could be somebody just wanting to steal my gear. Both are possible. I understand that there's not as much life as most people would think. It's the same in the swamps here in some areas, but those areas still hold a larger population than where you're at. Gotcha. And do you think even if the population
only exists, like the population in this entire area only exists for 30 years, and they used to be not even here where I'm catching them. Where I'm catching them, they didn't used to be any. Like even they only came in really appeared in the last 10 to 15 years in this area. So maybe they just didn't have enough time to get a large population and grow big, or I don't know. And I mean, the locals tell me there's a lot, so I've been thinking maybe they're just hiding pretty well. And I mean, I know for a fact there's one that I didn't catch because I saw on a spot that's perfect for it to sun, I saw tail marks from a pretty decent one. At least a 6-footer, but could be a bigger one. I mean, it's possible, but unlikely that it's the one that that I caught, because it was like half a mile away from where I caught. Probably a different one, but you never know. There are ponds and lakes by me that suddenly have herons and cormorants taking way too many fish, disrupting fish populations. Yeah, that's the thing here with the invasive species. Like with the invasive caiman or the gators. So, yeah. It helped that gator hunting was banned in many places for a while years ago, yeah. And here, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because they haven't been here for that long, because they're not a native species. Like I said, like 30 years ago in this entire area, and they didn't exist. And they've only been really venturing out from where they were released to here, from what at least from where people have noticed them the last 10 years or maybe 15 years. Only like, yeah, 10 to 15 years. So I don't know if it's not enough time or if there are really a lot more people hunting them than they're letting on. Which again would kind of I would kind of wonder about that, because I haven't seen anyone else. I haven't found any lines, and I'm pretty damn sure I would have found them. But you never know. You never know.
Of course, it could be that there's. I know it's also not the best season to catch them right now, from what I've heard. It's still not. It's better. I think it's not as good as in the beginning when I got here, honestly. But what I heard, it is a better season. But yeah. So anyway, either way, I just want you to be careful. You won't see a poacher's line. They're good at hiding that. Nikki, how are you, dear? What's good? Underwater lines with strap bait. Strap bait means the bait being underwater as well, or because I'm 95% sure. I mean, my lines, because I've got lines stolen, I went from using relatively normal lines to using basically poacher lines as well, with half of them fixed to a tree underwater, and just the bait hanged behind some trees, and still some of those got stolen. But I don't know. Like, unless I had the bait underwater, which doesn't really work if you're using fish or chicken, at least, because small fish will eat it and eat it to the bone. But who knows? So, yeah, we're going over some gator stuff right now, Nikki, and like we've already determined together that the one line that I thought a gator busted through actually wasn't busted through, but it was cut by somebody. For whatever reason, they left the gator on the line. They didn't take the gator on the line. They just cut the line on the tree, and I found the gator later on with the line still attached to it. I don't know what they were doing, but maybe they just weren't thinking too much and they cut it at the tree first and then it fell into the water and they couldn't get it out of the water again. That's also a possibility. Here's actually one of my other lines. I would still use this one though. Yeah, I was on your live earlier. And yeah, just because you're relatively new here, Nikki, this is I would call myself a halfway clean channel. Like, we can definitely have some fun and make some jokes, but it's not as crazy as yours. Just because I want to make a business out of it. If I didn't, then I wouldn't give a damn. And by the way, Luca, this is one that I made with a big single hook, as you can see, that has bent open a little bit. The water, the scent-soaked strap is pushed into the mud in the bottom, strapped down because skaters' feet and water. Probably that means underwater. Okay. So, oh yeah, in the water, and the scent-soaked strap is pushed into the mud in the bottom, strapped down because skaters' feet. Okay, it's possible. I mean, I know the one that caught him. I think he was a poacher who told me, because he's a friend of my uncle. He did use the lines, the baits hang above the water, but of course it's possible that there are some poachers whose line I didn't see or catch with my rod while I was fishing that use underwater lines. I mean, I did have one gator for a fact took my bait on a U float. It was like this far under the surface of the water. He still took it. So they definitely will take a bait here as well, even when it's just a piece of chicken. They will take it in the water. So there's that. Yeah. Okay, see ya, man. Good night, and good work and good night after, if I don't see you again. Roberty, you're good, huh? Thanks. Oh, I kind of miss being called Han and calling people Han. Because yeah, they use straps or OG leather for strap baits. So soak in sands and rub down and thick grease. Interesting. So they just use a strap of leather as bait. Okay, I actually know of somebody who fed his pet crocodile a leather boot, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's something the fish definitely couldn't eat. I have to remember that technique, because on some spots where I would try to catch gators, I can only cast baits, and they would be soaking. And if there's little fish around, they're gonna eat away my bait. So that would work. Like something tough like that would be very useful. Definitely gonna learn how to make bait like that. Stripes of leather for strap bait soaked in rub down in thick grease. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I like it. I like it. Like, I'm definitely gonna. I don't. Maybe not this trip, but I'll definitely give that a try. Try sometime somewhere. Like, especially when I'm not allowed or not able to take a boat and set lines. You know, when I can only cast baits out basically. For that, it really would be the perfect bait, because it's gonna stay on the hook forever. Stripes of thick grease, yeah. They often use the scent of riding fish and chicken mixed and soaks the leather for a week. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that really well. Gosh. I don't really want to become I don't want to become a poacher, but I do like to know the poacher techniques because they also help when you just have to be stealthy, or when you have people trying to steal your gear. Like, this was a line that was cut and they took the line with them for sure, or 95% sure. This was a line that somebody cut and left on a gator, or maybe they cut the line and left it in the water and the gator took it later. That's also a possibility. That they just took the line. Actually, maybe they just cut the line off the tree and the gator took the bait after. I mean, I don't know, but it's possible, I guess. I mean, it is definitely possible. And yeah. Here's actually a line where I don't have knots on either end. I would make this knot now. The thing is, I might rather use this one here as a shark wind on leader. Talking about that, I could make a shark leader right now. Like a shark wind on leader from this. That would actually be cool, wouldn't it? I think it would be. And yeah. So, yeah. I'm definitely gonna try some strap baits. Also, if I try to catch him again, maybe here, it would probably, with a few exceptions, it would be better to use trap bait. Also, maybe even without exceptions, because if not for anything else, with the baits drying out, your bait is only really good for one night. You have to put it in the evening, and then in the morning, you can basically have to take it off, soak it over. And I'm normally not able to paddle out twice a day, only once. So yeah, it is definitely a lot easier if I can just leave the bait in and still gonna be able to catch. Let's see. I got to go handle some stuff outside and do the night chores, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. But I got to feed cattle, horses, chickens, and pigs. Okay, man. No worries. No worries at all. No worries at all. Yeah, this mono's still good. Okay. What's a battery saying, by the way? It's close to being full. I was trying to put it off as long as I could, bro. I enjoy hanging out with you. Yeah, I totally get that, but no worries, man. I really like talking to you too, and I think if you were still doing lives yourself, I definitely would be there, and I definitely will be if you start again at some point. So yeah. I should probably eat dinner and try to sleep soon. Doesn't mean I do what I'm should. Let's sharpen this knife a little bit because it's getting dull. And thank you, Lucifer, Luca, for being here. Yeah, that is also already decently sharp. And I'm reducing the amount of strokes I do per side to get it really even, that I don't have it fold over on one side. Now I'm down to 1 per side. For a few more. Okay. Yeah, this is sharp. Now let's cut our mono end. Actually, maybe cutting it straight would be. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it straight. Okay, this is pretty ugly of a cut. And I'm gonna sand this down, but I'm gonna see if I can shave off a little bit of the plastic. That's gonna make the sanding easier. Anyway. Yeah, I'm good with that paper. The rest I'm gonna sand. So let's see. Oh, I know where I have the sandpaper now. Yeah, I'm not gonna use 800, 500 pound braid for this. I think. I mean, I could. Let me check. I would have to undo and then I don't know. Here's one 500-pound leader. If I undo it, yeah, here's the damaged part. That's it. That's the issue. Like this part is good, but this is not enough. No, it's not enough for a leader. At least not for. I could actually make a leader with the loop at the end, but I like power cord splices, so not what I'll be doing. Anyway. Oh, crap. Actually, I think I forgot the sandpaper somewhere different. I did, didn't I? Okay. No sandpaper. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Ah, crap. Crap, crap, crap. Ain't gonna happen. All right, people. Because I'm alone, I don't have anyone to help me spool. I don't know. Should I stay live or should I just end the live stream? Like I'm gonna make dinner now. You know, now I've got nobody watching anyway, so I don't know. It makes sense to stay live. I'm gonna go to the kitchen, and if the connection lasts, then I'll stay live. If not, then well, of course I can't be live if I don't have connection. By the way, here you do have more of the 500-pound rate. You could definitely use that. The downside is I would have to taper that, and I don't really have to taper to 300. I don't know. And they're actually both about the same strength, just different sizes, because the one is a higher quality line, the 300, but it only comes up to 300. They don't go as heavy as the other. So I don't know. I don't know, folks. Well, it looks like Slive is working, right? Oh, I switched camera accident. Oopsie. Actually, I'm gonna switch the camera and show you all the fridge here. Actually, I can also show you the freezer with some of the good gator meat. Here, some gator cheeks. Here's a piece of meat. Actually, I'm gonna defrost that. Here's some ribs. They're for barbecue because ribs don't come out that well otherwise. Actually, I'm gonna defrost this chunk of meat right here. Defrost it in the fridge, how you should. And I do want some meat for dinner, and we don't really have any left. Well, we have meat that was cooked for the dogs, but it's still good. But eat some of that. Actually, I'm gonna use this thin piece of meat I just had in my hand. Here, I'm gonna use this, and then some of the thing what we ate for lunch. Yeah, right. This thing also needs to be eaten. So I'm gonna drop this in something with water to defrost. Something easy to wash, ideally. Ah, okay, perfect. Some Tupperware. Just cold water will be fine. This is a really thin piece of meat, so it's gonna defrost pretty fast. You could cook it frozen, yes, but it's gonna stay juicier
if I don't. So, yeah. Put a spoon on here so it stays underwater and doesn't float up because it's frozen. That's why it floats. Normally, of course, it would sink. But yeah. Anyway. Okay, let's first try this. It doesn't taste good cold. I don't know exactly what it is, but my aunt made it for me, so it would be kind of disrespectful not to eat it. All right. What's our battery doing? Very nice. Yeah, it's already starting to defrost at the edges. And this right here is going to be the main part of what I'll eat. And where's all my stuff from the kitchen? Anyway. Let's see if there's another sliver of meat here. Doesn't look like it, no. There's some fish in there. Yeah, we'll add some of them. I'll add some of the dog food. It is chicken breast. But that's just cooked in some water. No seasoning, but that's fine. The rest, it's already salty enough. The rest of the food. So, but it seems like the live stream is holding on. That's at least good. So, still not hot enough. Like I don't like it spicy hot, but temperature wise, at least in this case, it should get to where it's hot, and then you can still let it cool down after. But for a lot of starchy foods,
No, they don't taste good when they're cold. And you have to heat them all the way, and then you can let them cool back down. For them to lose that, like, kind of a dry, like a dry apple texture is what I would call it. Yeah, just like all that, just starchy texture and dry mouthfeel. Like when it kind of, it's like tastes like you're eating chalk, you know. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Or get rid of. This is still almost too salty, so a bit more of the unsalted chicken. Alrighty. Let me refresh the chat just to be sure. Nope. All right. I mean, I've got nobody in here. I mean, I still know Luca will come back eventually, but I'm kind of beat. But I'll still stay on for the gator cooking. But then after that, I'm gonna be calling it. Sorry, I didn't get to spool the reel, but I'll do that tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on camera. But yeah. Oh, by the way, the beast thing that some of you surely you heard about, it used to be, it was relatively on the tip of my finger. Then but the poison or the venom keeps moving down, and now it's here and hurting and swollen, all in a week later. I'm definitely allergic, and I'm gonna get that checked out because my uncle is super allergic and he would die. He could die definitely if he gets stung. And we have a lot of similarities physically. So, like for example, well, how far our arms reach behind our back up, it's identical. So, or maybe I have a really bad allergy like him too. And in that case, I would need to get an EpiPen. So for that, I definitely should get it checked out. And of course, you don't always go into an anaphylactic shock when you're exposed, but you might need it. Still need adrenaline someday. And I don't mind if a big fish or a big gator there is what costs me my life, but if I die from a fucking wasp or a bee sting, then I'm gonna be pissed. That's not how I want to go. But if I do the Captain Ahab with a giant fish, then all right, I'm cool with that. You know, the captain from Moby Dick. If that's how I go, then it's fine. No, this isn't a vegetable. This is just some flavoring herb. Actually, some extra virgin olive oil. Should be nice on this. It's nice on most things. Mm-hmm. It is good. And my gator, I think once I finish this, I'm gonna wash the pan and then we can cook up the gator. Very nice. Mm-hmm. Pan isn't too hot either, so it's not gonna warp from putting in water. Actually, I'm gonna fire the stove up a little bit and let the water get warm. Make it a bit better to wash, but not just warm, not hot. Again, because when I put back cold water back in, I don't want anything to warp. Mm. Okay, I'm just washing the pan real quick. Some warm soap water. Let me see. So yeah, let's see if we get anyone else. I hope. I will at least use the watch hours. Probably also need to put out more content to get more people watching. Yeah, just fine. I'm definitely gonna get to it when I'm back home. Just now with everything, there's a lot of people going on, a lot of things going on in my life. I did also split with my fiance, which isn't very cool or very fun, but okay. Anyway, it is for the best. Like every time I do talk with her, still, I'm trying to be friends, and like I see that. I wonder how I was able to keep going this long. because it was a pretty one-sided relationship. But okay, that is more personal than I want to get on here for myself, honestly. Or at least like I don't want to really share the negative personal stuff for myself. If you guys have anything going on in my life, please, feel free to talk. Feel free to message me in private. My email is my channel description. I can also, through my email, give you my phone number, and we can chat. You can call, or we can talk over WhatsApp, or you can also find me on Facebook, Locked Up Drag Fishing. I have both a private account under that name and a professional page. You can message me in private on both, and we can talk, text, voice chat, video chat, just one-on-one. If you have anything going on in your life and you feel like you need someone, I'm there for you. But let's try to keep it positive in the streams. For the most part. Like I said, if there's something going on, please let me know. If there's something you want to share, or like just for the fact that like I would wonder if, for example, if you don't show up or you don't seem you're not as talkative as you normally are, I would be wondering and getting worried. So it's better to just tell me what it is. So because for every one of you, especially the ones I've known a bit longer, but the newcomers too, I do care about you. If you're somebody who's willing to share their time with me, I do care about you, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you. But if it does, I'm here to talk and do whatever I can to help you. Just want you all to know that. Anyway, now to happier topics. Here's our gator. Yummy, yummy. It's already completely defrosted. And oh, I should. It's already salted. I just need a little bit of oil. This is some cooking olive oil, like high temperature olive oil, and it's also cheaper than the good extra virgin stuff. And pieces of gator going in the pan. Okay, nice. Gonna add some dried garlic. For some flavor. All right. All righty. I still have some more food, but I honestly am not that hungry. And I am working out again, so I'm allowed to not eat as much because I'm still not going to lose a bunch of muscle, just fat now. But it's okay if I get leaner. Okay. Hey, that might sound crazy to half of you at least, but if like at least for somebody who normally trains, I mean for everybody, but especially for somebody who trains, if you don't work out and you start losing weight, then you just lose a bunch of muscle, and I want to avoid that. So yeah. For that reason, I did try to keep my weight stable. I was still, and in the end, I was still losing some weight. But I tried to keep it stable because I wasn't working out for a while. My joints needed a break, and also mentally, it's good to once a year take a break. And I've had already not really had a break in close to 3 years, so it definitely was time. And yeah, I took my break now. I'm starting back, so now I don't really have to worry about losing any muscle. So if I eat a little bit less, I'm gonna still keep my muscle, and because I'm detrained now, I'm actually gonna build a little bit of muscle even in a deficit. So, but even if I eat at maintenance, I'm still gonna lose fat and build muscle at the same time probably. That usually doesn't work, but it works now because I'm detrained. Hi there, somebody just joined us. Welcome. Cooking up some gator as we speak. Some delicious meat. Give me your meat now. I can give you my meat. I don't know if it's... Oh, okay. Somebody just dropped another like off. Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for being here. Feel happy to stay. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, you have liked, but don't forget to subscribe. And activate the bell for more. If you want to get notifications of what crazy stuff I'm going to be up to next. Anyway, very cool to have somebody watching again. Alrighty, let's make sure I have it set as live chat, but I think I have. I do? Okay, we're good. I won't miss any messages. Oh. So yeah, we're just cooking right now. And yeah, just cooking now. But it is something that I caught, and so it kind of belongs on the channel. I mean, I can just also share some stuff about my life, of course, but yeah, it is still a fishing. The topic of the channel is fishing. Things connected to fishing. Yeah, after the food, I'm gonna shut off the live stream. Doesn't really seem like a lot of people come in anyway. Very well. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's see if we still have some of the truth on all of it together. All long. Let's get some cherry tomatoes. Let's wash them a little bit. And let's pick out the burnt garlic. Oh, it pretty much is all burnt by now. Alrighty, still nobody in here. Come on, people. I'm gonna get this meat out and let it rest for a minute, and then cut into it. And don't just let it rest too long for it to get cold. Also, it's gonna be easier to tell if it's heated all the way through. You want to let it cool off. Because generally you want gator meat cooked all the way through. Now, if you pasteurize it with a thermometer, no worries. Do whatever temperatures would be pasteurization for poultry. Or do beef and just add 50% of the time or something like that. Then you also have your gator pasteurized, but yeah. Okay, this fin part here is definitely cooked through. This is one of the pieces that tastes the most like chicken, by the way. It's still better than chicken, but it is, yeah. my opinion, of course. You're entitled to have your own opinion and disagree with me. And I don't mind. I just want to throw that out there. If I say something is better than, at least when it comes to food, your opinion really is as good as mine. Of course, there are other things too, but I mean, there are some things where you have facts, not just opinions. But with food, at least in terms of what tastes better, it's all just preferences, really. Not just opinion, it's personal preference. So nobody can tell you what is the best tasting food. Because it's so individual. The best food, tasting food for me is going to be different to yours and to the next person. Well, even if you're twins, you might not agree what's the best tasting food is. Maybe you do, maybe not. For that reason, I wouldn't try to argue with you about what food tastes better. Okay. Well, it has to cool off a bit, so I'm gonna start doing washing everything. Well, the pan still needs to cool down, but the other stuff. Actually, this food can go back into the fridge. So, yeah. This is where the gator meat was in. Let's wash the bags and we can, so it doesn't start to stink. Then we can let it dry before we throw it in the recycle bin. And let's see. So,
Alrighty. Anyway, this is cleaned up. Just needs to be washed with some clean water again without soap. But my food should be ready now. There it is. It's still pretty hot, to be honest. Alrighty. Oh, it's starting to rain a little bit, I think. Or maybe it was just the wind blowing some raindrops from a tree. That's also possible. Just let me check if there's any new messages. Nope. Okay.
Even that, so it should barely be good. Alrighty. All right, people. I still have a little cleaning to do, but just the stove. And actually, all right, let you guys watch that. Maybe you can learn something. Most of you probably not. Maybe a couple people. Anyway. Get your sponge, get some soap on it, some dish soap. Take your metal pot, start with the cooler one from your stove. You really just need to wipe down the underside, at least when it only got a little bit of fat spray. Then you can just set them down somewhere. After that, I will wipe them down with a clean, wet towel, and then with a dry one. Like this is for gas stove. You don't need to take anything off on an electric or induction stove. But if you're cooking with gas, then yeah. Or also if you have a wood stove, you don't need to do this part. But of course you have other steps you need to do it. You need to take in that case. But yeah. Just make sure to get all the greasy parts. Now actually I'm going to wash the sponge and go over with it again without soap. Get most of the soap off. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, we got another like. Very cool. But people, stay in here watching for a little bit, please. Don't just drop off. I mean, I appreciate you. If you cannot watch, then yes, please drop off likes. But it does also really help if you stay and watch and chat for a bit. Okay, now comes a wet cloth. Just wipe everything down. Then take your underside of these wire things. I don't know what they're called. You know, it isn't my native language, but anyway. And now, just so you don't get any watermarks, take a towel and wipe it dry. And that also makes the little final step of cleaning. Mostly it's just to get it dry, so you don't get any, calcium marks, any water marks. I think that's what you call them. If water just dries, it does leave a mark behind. Prevent that, just wipe it off. Something dry. All right. Let's wipe down here. Dry. And now back they go. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in the fridge. Actually, let's see if I can get some more of this stuff in here. More. This needs a little bit more water. Okay. All right, folks. Well, I'll get back to my room. Now it's getting dark anyway, or it is dark. Still got a little bit of the light here, but yeah. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And here again is the connection I made. It really makes a big difference. Makes it easier and more stable and stronger, more abrasion resistance, and it also means that even if that looping on isn't the strongest thing in the world because it's doubled up line, it's not going to be any issue at all ever. So that's really cool. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other channel, Locked Up Drag Fishing. Add Locked Up Drag, no shorts, just long form videos and horizontal live streams. See you guys soon. Bye.